Hey YouTube, we're back. Welcome to the new part. I think it's part 9 now. Obviously we have the base coating and see if you can see all this. Put it under light. I've moved my painting station down to my dining room because my dogs go ape shit late at night when I stay up in the studio. And they don't like going up the metal stairs up there. So I'm starting the metallics. What I'm using, I think I showed this in the previous Scourge step, is Model Air Gunmetal. I love this color. It's like you take a chrome or a silver and add black to it. It's very simple. And then I thin it with a little bit of a couple of dots there because I have a lot to paint with. And then we're going to use some Game Color satin varnish. Sorry about the lighting is terrible up here or down here, but I have these little lights over my work area. So 3 drops of that should be good. Find my junk brush. A little moisture on there. And there. Now we have a nice flowing paint to work with. And I'm using I don't use a lot of natural hair brushes. This is a Corel synthetic. You can see it's already starting to curl on the top, but we're not doing super detail with it. So it'll be perfect for metallics. It's a number 1. And it can get us where we need to go with this thing. And I can see areas like I need to get into. And you need it a little bit thin on some of these spots are really tough to get into. So you just want to kind of push your brush in there a little bit, not be too forceful, and get the metallic on there. What we're going to do after this, we're going to do a light dry brush with the Necron compound to highlight it. Wow, I'm sorry about the lighting here; it's terrible. So that's how we're going to work with that. So I'm going to get working on these. And then I might come back to show progress, and we'll show them when they're done. And then we'll go from there. Thanks. Okay, we're back. Excuse me on the bad lighting, because I'm not painting my usual area. Right now, I'm just painting the rubber. Oops. Also, these tracks are known to be, when you look at the fluff, they're rubber too. So I'm just basically just doing a Game Color extra opaque charcoal gray. Or heavy charcoal. It's a good color, and you thin it out a little bit with the Lamy and medium, and it turns out to be a really nice paint to work with. Just doing the treads. The basic metallics done on everything, I believe. I might pick some more stuff out. The most metallics are on the drop ships. Let's see if you can see that. The colors are so dark right now, but like I said, I'm going to dry brush them up and highlight them to make them stand out. So you got engines, and under here is this whole spine's metal. And there's like these little, I have no idea, these some kind of sensors under there, and the gun. I'm still going to try to figure out how to paint that little pilot dude. So that is it for right now. We'll be back. See you soon. Okay, we are back real quick. We got everything, the metallics on. Actually, I went with the charcoal. I think I discussed that. I did put all the tread color on, just the base coats, and did a little dot of the metallic on all the hubs, just to give it some interest. And now I got some of the Necron compound in the little ceramic tray here, because you don't want it wet. And I'm using the little Citadel small dry brush. Cool little handy brush. I'm not a big fan of the Citadel brushes, but this is a good tool. And I can get most of it off. And I got one of the condors right here. Let's see if I just run this across the back. See, it pulls out that eye detail real fast. these areas right here on the front. Then what we're going to use a lot of it on is back down here. Let's get in there. And then we're going to knock this back with a wash, obviously, so it'll... Trying to get it all over the paint too, but we can touch that up later. Especially some of the spines that are against the hull itself. We don't want all the paint in there to go against the hull, so that highlight will bring those pieces out. And we can back these engines in the back too. So this stuff's pretty magical. I like it. We have these little don't forget these engines. Kind of get those to pop a little bit. Like I said, a really nice shine, make everything pop out. Let's grab like one of these little tanks. Is not the anti-air. Let's see if we can make this stuff stand out a little bit. We have a little engine in the back. This, I think, a heat sink, if I'm correct, in the barrel. Yeah, that looks really nice. Leave the bottom of the engine alone, just leave it natural shade of the color. And those a little minigun in the front. Too much with that. I might pick out some more details. I'll go through these more later on, but I'm going to finish these up off camera. Here's a little bare APC, little gun on top, these little metallic control areas, and then maybe a little in these little hubs. Give them a little bit of sparkle. We're gonna probably weather these back. I'm not sure when we're using like an earthy gray pigment powder probably. There. Let's do one more. We'll do one vehicle out of the whole thing of each. So the engine, this is the anti-aircraft. Let's see how we want to bring that detail out. Yeah, that's nice. I think the wash is going to make these amazing. Okay, so we'll be back and we'll show you when we're done and go from there. Thanks. Okay, we're going to finish up this part here. What I did is I ran upstairs, grabbed some Game Color Heavy Opaque Ochre. The other stuff wasn't cutting it for me, and doing the fine lines, there's too many to try to really nail it down. So I went in and I went up again, grabbed one of these cheaper, they're not, this is not total garbage. This is a Princeton Select number 6 filbert. I love these as dry brushes. They're very soft and a lot of bristles on them. And basically went over all these guys with the dry brush, pulled all the detail out. And then the next step is, there'll be some other little details we'll pull on. I got to fix the treads because of a little bit of dry brush got onto those, but anyways, I think we're going to go with a light gray anyways on those. And then we're going to start doing the Pledge gloss coats on these, then oil wash them, clean those up, seal them, and then maybe do a little weathering on the sides, a little dust, and then we're done. This is what the ships looks like. Actually, the dry brush kind of highlighted, brought some of the highlight out. Remember we went in with the airbrush with an ochre mix and just kind of just brought it up a little bit. This thing has brought a little bit more and add a little actual weathering to it too. So it looks like a little atmospheric and, you know, scraping up while they're in battles and stuff like that. So I think the oil wash will smooth all this out again too, kind of like a filter, and bring that all back down. And there's the spine under there. I might do a little more highlighting, I'm not sure. But everything's turning out good. The bears, you see that nice lines and all that dry brushing brought all that out. I think ochre was a good choice with the olive drab. It brings it more to the green side than the brown side, I believe. And the little domes in the front, I was looking on the things. I don't know if those are some kind of sensor unit. I don't know, they were supposed to be painted as windows. I think I might do some lens effects on some of the guns. Especially, I think right there, that is a lens. So we'll do some of that work like we did on the Scourge. So that'll be on this part, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks.